Hey there fellow Minecrafters, welcome back to the Drackiseries here. This is Jason and welcome to another Minecraft tutorial video. I'm going to be showing you in this video how to break bedrock in the Nether. That is right. So as some of you might know, there are bedrock layers at the top of the Nether, and you can actually get to the top layer of bedrock, get through it, and then break the bedrock in order to make yourself a little hole to get to the top of the world. And at the top of the world there is an absolutely endless bedrock flat world, as you can imagine. Now I'm in Minecraft 1.18.1 and I'm on the Java edition. I believe this only applies for Java edition. I think that's the only edition where this exploit or glitch actually works. But if you want to see more videos like this, then be sure to subscribe to the channel so you do not miss anything with these videos. But the first thing you need to do is get to the top of the world, and what we actually have to search for is the top layer of bedrock. Now how you actually do that is if you use the F3 debug. On the right, there is a targeted block. Now, if you look at a piece of bedrock and the middle number says 127, then that is the top layer of bedrock right there. And then what you need to do is you need to be able to get up to it using a ladder or something like that, okay? Now, in order to do this exploit or glitch, you're going to need some levers, you'll need some ladders as well, any kind of block, but any kind of cheap block. You then have some TNT, some pistons, and the more the merrier with all of these. So if you actually bring more with you than you need, then you're more likely to succeed. So I would bring, 5 or 10 of each. So you'll also need some pistons, some trapdoors, some wooden trapdoors, and you will also need a few ender pearls as well and obsidian, okay? But as I said, it's good to take 5 or 10 of each just in case you fail, because this exploit doesn't always work. It can be a little fidgety to get right, but it is fairly reliable nonetheless. Now the next thing you should do is, if you use your F3 menu right here, if we look at this targeted block right here, we also need to make a note of the first and third number. Now that is telling us our X and Z coordinates in the Nether right here in this case. And the reason why is that when we actually go through this block using the ender pearls, it can be quite hard to figure out where you came from because everything looks the same, okay? So we are using 4 and -3 in this case, so we need to remember that. Now, what we then need to do is go to the top of the ladder, and where the 2 pixels of the 2 bedrock blocks actually meet, you just use an ender pearl right in the middle, like so. And if you actually do that, you'll see that we can just jump up to the top of the Nether. Now, what we then need to do is we need to find where that hole was, and that is why I actually told you to make a note of it, okay? So 4 -3, that is what we had before, and then what we're going to do is we're going to place a piston like that, okay? So that we have a piston facing upwards like this, okay? And then what we're going to do is we then need a block of obsidian here with any block on top like that. You then need a lever here, you then need a piece of TNT here and some TNT here, and then you need a trapdoor in the middle, okay? So this is what you need to do for the exploit. And what you then need to do also is, if you right click the trapdoor with you actually like underneath it or near it, you'll end up crawled underneath like this, okay? And that is what we're going to use as well. Now, what you need to do in order to get a better success with this glitch is when you're underneath the trapdoor like this, What you then need to do is you need to go to your controls, and you actually have to change your right button or your right mouse button to something on your keyboard. So in this case, I have changed it to R. You need to actually select, you need to change it to something that you don't normally use or isn't used at all in your key binding. So I find that R actually works, but you can pick whatever you like. And this is when we can start with this exploit. So what we now need to do is we need to flick this lever, and then we need to spam with that R key so that we're actually spamming at this piece of obsidian right here, okay? And we're basically having to spam this piston on the very last pixel on this bit of the obsidian. So it needs to be on this side of the block, not on this side of the obsidian, and the very last pixel, okay? And I'm going to try and do that for you guys right now, but it doesn't always work first time. But we activate the TNT, and as you can see, you can actually see the last pixel. And in that case, it didn't work. So we need to actually do it again. So we can now actually try this again. So we are now going to go underneath like so, get our pistons ready. We then need to activate this lever, and then what we can then do is spam like so. And as you can see, we have somehow placed a piston, okay? And this is when you know that the glitch has actually worked, is that actually the piston gets placed, and then if you break this piston, ta-da, we have actually broke Bedrock right here. Alright everyone, the next thing I just wanted to show you is that this does work in survival mode as well. So as you can see, I'm in survival mode. You just need to be a little bit more careful with the TNT and stuff like that, so that you do not blow up on the ceiling. You know, make sure you actually have plenty of food and stuff like that, so that you can actually regenerate health if you have any TNT damage. But as you can see, I'm going to use this piston here, and we're going to activate this lever. And then we're going to absolutely spam this corner. And if you do spam it enough and quickly enough, that particular key instead of the right mouse button, you will see that the piston gets put down. And if we look underneath it, you will see that there is a hole where we have removed the bedrock. Alright everyone, that's about it for this tutorial on how to break bedrock on the Nether ceiling or in the Nether, so that you can actually get on top, and you can have a passageway in order to actually get on top of there, which I find very, very awesome indeed. Hopefully you found this tutorial useful. If you did, then a like on the video would be very much appreciated. And if you want to see me on Twitter or follow my Twitter, then my Twitter is in the description, or you can use the Twitter on screen right now. So that's at Drackiseries on Twitter. And if you want to see more videos like this, or, you know, tutorials, redstone, command blocks, all kinds of different things, more tutorials, then be sure to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so you stay notified of any future videos. I hope to reach 10,000 subscribers soon, so if you could help me achieve that, then that'd be absolutely amazing. Be sure to take note that this glitch or this exploit does not happen all the time. So you will have to do quite a few tries, I think, in order to get it to work. You need to make sure that you spam the piston underneath that trapdoor in that corner of the obsidian. Quite a high rate. You need to spam at quite a high rate in order to get it to actually work. And you are more successful if you do it that way. Now, I'll see you next time. Take care and bye-bye.